Next on Worcester News tonight, a senior citizen is killed in a pedestrian accident. It happened on a busy roadway. Worcester police are investigating. Plus, in an effort to reach everyone, Worcester's emergency alert system is now available in more languages. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. A beautiful day across the area, and if you didn't get to spend time outdoors today, it looks like this weekend will be pretty nice as well. Let's get a first look at our local forecast.
Happy Friday, I'm meteorologist Denise Isaac. A gorgeous evening for us. Dinner time temperatures in the upper 60s. By 9 p.m. it's a light breeze, temperatures dropping quickly to around 58. And then by 11 it is mainly clear, 57, a starry night for all of us. We do have high pressure in control, but that won't last long because a front is coming in from the west. That front will increase our clouds tomorrow, and it will also bring the opportunity for rain. But the good news is that tonight and tomorrow, pretty much all day, do stay dry. So this is what we can expect tonight. Worcester temperatures dropping into the low 50s, a little cooler over Fitchburg at 52 and Jaffrey near 50 degrees, Boston 57. While tomorrow it will be milder than today, not as hot though as Franklin and Boston, where temperatures are expected to be in the low 80s. With this wind out of the southwest, we will warm up into the mid 70s. Fitchburg, you'll be at 77 degrees. So coming up, we'll be taking a look at the chance for showers that will happen tomorrow. I'll time them out for you. And cooler air returns on Sunday. I'll let you know how cool it gets. The up and down in temperatures do continue, and I also have your exclusive 10-day forecast.
One person is dead following a pedestrian accident in Worcester Friday. Police shut down a portion of Salisbury Street as they investigated, and people who live nearby say it's a dangerous stretch of road. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
Worcester police gather a man's belongings. He was hit while crossing Salisbury Street. Police say the man in his 60s suffered serious injuries and died at the hospital.
Car coming up the hill didn't see him, traveling east on Salisbury Street, and hit him in the road.
Lieutenant Sean Murtha says the victim was leaving his senior living home to go for a walk and did not use the crosswalk. He says the driver stayed on scene and went with the man to the hospital.
As most people would be, the driver of the car was very shaken up.
It's awful, but I've seen the way people drive on this street, and people drive too fast.
Investigators closed Salisbury Street for a few hours. People who live here say it's a dangerous road without any sidewalks.
Sad, very scary. I know I walk on this street a lot with my children. We go to a bus stop right down there, and cars just zip by and they're going around each other.
Taylor Nunez moved here 6 weeks ago and says she already has safety concerns. She says the high speeds and lack of sidewalks need to be addressed.
I'm hoping that someone will advocate for change and that we can get sidewalks in this neighborhood. It's a populated area. There's a lot of families. I see a lot of people walking each and every day.
Neighbors say the seniors who live here often cross the road to walk at Assumption College. Police say the investigation is ongoing.
Salisbury Street in general is one of the most traveled roads in the city, and like all streets, cars tend to come fast sometimes. I'm not sure if that was the case here. We're doing the investigation now, but anytime there's a heavily trafficked road, you just have to watch out.
Police have not yet identified the victim. It's unclear if the driver will face any charges. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight. Another pedestrian accident in Worcester Friday. A bicyclist is injured on Sunderland Road this morning. Police say a car hit the man. Witnesses say he was crossing the street without a helmet and didn't look both ways. An off-duty EMT helped police and fire treat the victim. Police say he suffered minor injuries and is expected to be okay. The driver did stay on scene. No charges have been filed at this time. Worcester police responding to a one-car crash on Pleasant Street this afternoon. It appears a car veered off the road, grazing a house and flipping into the driveway. No word on any injuries. The cause is under investigation. A West Brookfield woman who hit and killed a man last year is accused of violating her probation. Cindy Bliss is charged in connection to the death of 78-year-old Alexander Cordy. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office says Bliss had been sentenced to 2 years in jail. She was credited for the 334 days she had been held, and the balance of the sentence was suspended. But on Thursday, she was taken back into custody after a judge ruled she had violated the terms of her probation. Worcester's emergency management says minutes can count in an emergency, and they want residents to be the first to know when something is happening. Alert Worcester is the city's way of notifying people, and as our Anna Botari explains, they're hoping recent updates will help reach everyone.
Attention, press any key or hold for an important message.
Alert Worcester can call, text, and email city residents when an emergency happens. They're now making sure everyone who signs up are able to understand the messages they receive.
We have had a number of improvements over the last couple of years. Specifically, in the last month, we've been able to add 23 more languages, or have the program in 23 languages, including English.
Worcester Emergency Management runs the system and says the upgrade was needed in such a diverse city.
There are plenty of languages being spoken besides English, and previously we only had English alerts going out, so it's not hitting the whole population.
Acting Director Michael Shanley encourages city residents to sign up for the alerts, which are targeted to the neighborhoods where they live.
The emergency alerts, which are the missing people or someone who's in danger and we need your help looking for them, or just general emergency messages about weather or any major emergency going on in the city.
The department says the alerts they automatically send are strictly emergency-only situations. People also have the option to opt into messages from the Department of Public Works.
We don't want to oversaturate alerts that people are getting, so we don't want to be calling people every day with just so much general information that they're ignoring our phone calls. So it's important to us as a department to keep the emergency alerts as emergencies only, and to, send out those alerts so that people are paying attention to the information that we need to tell them.
To ensure they're reaching as many people as possible in the shortest amount of time possible, emergency management uses Twitter and Facebook to post alerts on things like road closures and other disruptions throughout the city. In Worcester, I'm Anna Botari, Worcester News Tonight.
A climate strike Friday marks the final day of a week-long actions throughout the city. More than 200 protesters marched to City Hall for the global general strike. They are calling for action from lawmakers to fight the climate crisis. Coordinator Erica Saunders says today's rally is a reminder to keep fighting for legislative change.
It's about encouraging more people to participate. I mean, that's really important. And the Worcester City Administration is really starting to recognize that its constituents, its residents want to participate. So they're really become more transparent in a lot of ways. Still a lot of work to be done, but there's so many opportunities for this city right now. And we're really looking forward to working with the city as, just grassroots people to really come up with good solutions, solid solutions that are going to put us on the forefront in the climate crisis.
Saunders says she's been working with city leaders on a new sustainability plan for the city. Across the country now, striking GM workers are missing their first paycheck from the automaker. Workers will now have to rely on $250 a week in union strike pay. 50,000 workers walked off the job nearly 2 weeks ago when negotiations over wages, health care, and job security broke down. Earlier this week, the union's president confirmed progress has been made in negotiations. This is the first strike against GM since 2007. Former Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis is on a mission to get more young faces in public office. Thursday, he spoke at Clark University in hopes of sparking some interest. Deborah Camjandro has more.
A packed room of Clark University students hear a special lecture from Michael Dukakis.
In the midterms, there was an enormous surge in the turnout among young people, which had a lot to do with the fact that the Democrats took over the House. And I think it's very important that these young people get deeply into this.
The former Massachusetts governor and presidential candidate spoke about the 2020 presidential race, calling it one of the most important elections in recent history. He says it's why more young people need to be involved. The Democrat is supporting United States Senator Elizabeth Warren.
She may be 69 or 70, but let me tell you, she's about as young as anybody I know and has enormous energy.
Students asked Dukakis questions, including how he felt about the current political climate. Dukakis weighed in, also touching on the recent impeachment inquiry surrounding President Donald Trump.
I'm not a fan of the impeachment thing because it can't succeed because the Senate isn't going to vote to impeach.
The three-term governor now serves as a visiting professor at UCLA. Dukakis says he wanted to give students at Clark a chance to hear from a longtime politician in hopes of inspiring them to pursue a career in public service.
Now, I'm no expert on how to win the presidency. I'm pretty good at winning primaries, but no, not the presidency. But I want to spend as much time with young people as I can.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.